So there's the no-name brand bearings that go in the CVTs normally. You can see it's the same size as the two I got on this shaft. These go on a 5/8 shaft, and the goal is going to be put that in like so, and then put a pillow block on a structure out here. So right now I just got this all in place, and I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, so I got a couple of ideas, couple of issues, blah blah blah. But all in all, I think I have this mounted to the frame the way I want. I'm pretty happy with all this. I know I'm going to keep it like that, orientation, all that. Everything's got good clearance, especially in the front. That's going to be a big problem with exhaust. I got my CVT going out the back here, exactly where I want it. And it's about 3/16 and 1/8, something like that. 8-10 millimeters, I don't know, something like that for your metric. So anyways, I got angle iron down there and stuff. I'm gonna take, I think, 1-inch angle or 3/4 and make a frame like this all the way around, nice and flat, maybe like, you know, the flat side going forward, something like that. And then I'm gonna mount something from here to here, weld it to it. I mean, this may be higher, it may change shape. This may be on a 45, which I think I'm gonna do. I might go like there and 45 it kind of thing and all that. So this is just a reference for me to figure out what I'm doing. Like everything, that didn't work out so well. I forgot to hit play. Anyways, I'm not pulling them out to redo it. I just put 2 machinist clamps on each side and just pulled the bearings in. That's all. It's basically just a piece of threaded rod. You could use a washer or something, both sides, and just pull them in slowly with something wide to pull the whole bearing in. So that's all. Alright, so I wanted to give you guys a little visualization of what's going on here. So what I'm going to do, I still got to move this over some, because these got to be perfectly in line. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to make a spacer. We'll do it all right. But anyways, that's what the bearings I bought. That's a 5/8 shaft. Alright. So basically, what's going to happen here is this one here is going to go down to my back wheel. And this one here will actually have a hub with a freewheel on it, going down to my pedals. So my pedals will go to a freewheel, and then this right here will go to the back wheel. And the back wheel is going to have a freewheel on it with a larger diameter gear, and I showed you that in the last video. I'm going to do that with a pit bike one. So I got a plan here. I think this is going to work. But anyways, this little contraption here, I'm going to use something like this. I'm not sure if it'll be these or if I'm going to flip them or what it'll be yet. But I'm going to make a frame of some kind, okay? It's probably going to be a little higher. This will be up a little more. The chain down here has to go by it to the sprocket, like down, and loop around the big sprocket and come back. So it's got to go, you know, past that and miss it this way. And up here, it's got to be high enough it's not going to interfere with this. And then all that's got to go to here to tie in with a pillow block to support the end of this. And I want it to have enough where I could put a nut on it. So that's the whole game plan here, how I'm going to do this. I don't need to worry about pop starting. I got a pull start. Hell, I could put an electric start on this if I wanted. I literally have the electric start version of this. So anyways, that's where we're at. So one of the other problems, and I knew this from the get-go, just doing it this way, period. Number one, I have nothing that'll mount to that stock plate down there. It's just too weird of a size. There's no anything that covers it, or I couldn't find it. And I mean, you could make a plate, solder. I'm not doing all that either. But really, my main thing I want to do is I wanted something like this to match an actual rubber boot. my adapter thing did not work out the way I wanted it to. Got that right here. No go. Well, I ended up making a flat plate, putting it on it. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that debate this for eons. But this was the best case scenario for my bike. I am going to have to hard 90 the intake. But I had so many things going into play here. I mean, I got this huge exhaust to deal with. It's going to have to go under or something yet. And the intake, I'm going to use, this is one, what the hell is this? 1 1/4 fittings. And if I put one in there, it'll fit. So I'm going to solder this whole damn thing together. And here's the other reason I want to do this, is I can make it lower. Okay? And by doing that, I'm below my gas tank. If I was up here, it's gonna, like if you're up here, I mean the hoses shit are gonna be looping up and into it. It'll be like this height. So with all that said, if I do that, I'm gonna drop it down and be able to attach a carb so everything gravity feeds, right? I really don't want to do the whole pump thing like with the Minarelli one. So anyways, I know it's a hard 90. I mean, you're looking at a 139cc engine with a CVT. And I don't even drive fast, which is probably going to piss a lot of people off. But I just want something that's a monster and unique. And honestly, I want it to last a long time. So if it's anything like the four-stroke over there, once the CVT, this is a bigger CVT too, by the way. The gear ratio range of this is like, it's the big boy of them. We got the full-size front and back expansions there. Usually they're usually like about here, and then on these they're about like here. So we got the big version of that, the upgrade. And then down here, I had a lot of people asking about that. I did put the support in. So that's in there, and I got one here, and then the one going up there, and it bolts through the CVT. And then back here, since this will be all rigid steel, and that, it's actually going to support this engine too, because you have two up and down forces holding to the bike frame, and then this holding off of it, so it's not going to give. And let's see. Ugh. Probably going to be making it out of this, which is like, I don't know, what the hell is that? Maybe like 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 or 1 1/8, something like that. You know, we're going to make a square half rectangle frame out of that, and then attach it to that engine, and then to mounts like that. So everything's going to be cool. And then one other thing to note too is this whole entire tube on my seat post all the way up. The whole thing is going to be a 1/8 walled steel pipe all the way down. Stainless steel pipe, actually. Because I have a stainless steel seat post and a piece of stainless steel the same size. We're going to weld them, grind them, and stick them in. So that's the game plan. But anyways, I figured I'd give you an update on that. I'm still going to work. This is just temporary, and then just to get an idea how I want to do it. And I got to see what the pillow block different ranges are first before we even go forward with that, because I mean, it could be that freaking wide. I might have to flip these, and who knows. We're not there. We're waiting for some parts, but that's where we're at. But if you guys want to know the bearings to convert this to 5/8, I'll list them in the description below. Alright.